to make sure that is that the appropriate or not appropriate. هنا مثلا for questions كذا كذا match the examples of learners language with the functions listed A to H. أنا بوريكم نمط السؤال مش المحتوى. اوكي فمثلا هنا انت هتختار تشوف انهي واحده من الفانكشنز دي تتناسب مع الاكزامبل اوف ليرنرز لانجوج. طبعا احنا ما خدناش حاجه زي كده ف most probably it will not come in the exam. Okay, the way it is now. So let's go to another question. Okay, for example, this one. For question 27 to 33, look at the incomplete statements. This is an incomplete statement. In order to do an information gap task, learners usually need to A. So ask questions, express disagreements, or share knowledge. طيب هل هنا should I choose the one that suits the answer or that is not suitable to the statement؟ هنا بقول لك mark كده letter A B C which does not complete the statements. يبقى واحد two of them can complete the statement and one of them doesn't. So you choose the one that doesn't complete the statement. يلا اقرا كده. احنا خدنا information gap في الشابتر بتاع teaching speaking. اقرا كده وقول لي which one is not the correct answer. In order to do an information gap task, learners usually need to ask questions. Yes or no? Yes.
Yes.
Share knowledge.
Yes.
Share knowledge. Yes.
Yes.
Express disagreement. No.
No.
So the correct answer here is B.
Express. Yeah.
Express disagreement, because it's not the correct answer. Right. Let's move to the next one. In order to do a group ranking task, do you remember group ranking tasks? Group ranking tasks. Learners usually need to. احنا برضه هنختار the one that does not complete the statement. طب which complete the statement? In order to do a group ranking task, learners need to make guesses. Okay, make guesses. Give opinions. Yes, give opinions. Yes. Express agreement. Yes. على فكرة هم express agreement to give opinion. They are really very similar. Okay. So the one that does not complete the statement is make guesses, because it's not about guesses here. Okay. So 28 هناخد A دي ونعلمها في ورقة الإجابة نقول A. قدام 28 هناخد A. Okay. Next, in order to prepare a poster together, learners usually need to. In order to prepare a poster together, learners usually need to negotiate roles, express preferences, make predictions. Which ones are correct and which ones are not correct? واحنا بنعمل بوستر عشان بوستر البوستر بتاع الاعلانات ده. Learners need to negotiate roles. Yes. Express preferences. Yes. Make predictions. No, is not suitable to the first one. Okay, and that's why the correct answer here would be C. Number 30. In order to categorize some vocabulary into groups, learners usually need to. Okay. Compare and contrast, narrate, express doubt. طب guess كده which one is not the correct answer. In order to categorize some vocabulary into groups, يعني هنقول ده these are different groups of words. Learners usually need to compare and contrast. طبعا. Okay. Express doubt. We're not sure if this is the correct word. I'm not sure if this is suitable to be under that category. Yes. Narrate يعني يروي قصة. طبعا بعيدة خالص. narrate هنا ملهاش علاقة ب grouping words. Okay. In order to prepare, in order to do role, in order to خلي بالكم ان في بعض النقاط هنا زي ده مثلا يعني has nothing to do with our course, and that's why I wouldn't bring the kind of this question in your exam, but I'm just showing you examples of the type of question that you will have. In order to role play a job interview, learners usually need to, احنا خدنا role play, huh? In order to role play a job interview, learners usually need to overcorrection, ask for information, give reasons. ايه الاثنين اللي صح والواحده اللي غلط؟
ask for information, give reasons. But yeah, أول واحدة it's not correct.
Offer correction طبعا. Yes, thank you very much. Offer corrections. ايه علاقة الoffer correction, offering correction بالjob interview؟ يعني ask for information and give reasons. Yes, both of them are correct, of course, but A is incorrect, and that's why you will write A in your answer sheet. In order to label a picture of a house with rooms and furniture in pairs, learners usually need to, again, in order to label a picture of a house with rooms and furniture in pairs, learners usually need to offer suggestion, describe a process, express certainty. Which ones are correct and which one is incorrect?
I think both A and B are correct, but expressed C is not correct.
تاني, in order to label a picture of a house with rooms and furniture in pairs, learners مع بعض بقى الاثنين اللي مع بعض دول اللي هم بيعملوا نشاط كده, بيعملوا labeling rooms with and furniture of a house. يعني عايزين نقول ايه, ان ده house, ده sleeping bedroom. Learners usually need to offer suggestions طبعا.
Yes, yeah. It's not correct.
Express certainty. Yes, this is the bathroom. I'm sure that this is the bathroom. Describe a process. يعني يوصف عملية. لا طبعا. So B here it would be incorrect, and that's why this is the one that we will be choosing to be the correct answer. In order to peer evaluation, in order to do peer evaluation, ده أحد أنماط التقييم testing on homework. Yes.
دكتور دلوقتي السؤال اللي قبل كده
مين اللي بيتكلم؟
فرح عزوان.
فرح اتفضلي يا فرح.
السؤال اللي قبل كده ليه قلنا ان ال process of describing ليه ما قلنا ان هي غلط؟ ما احنا ممكن ان هو يكون بيوصف العملية بتاعة ترتيب الفرنتشر او
الاثنين بيعملوا activity. اللي هو بيقول this is the bathroom. يعني انا بجيب كلمة bathroom اقوم حاططها على صورة الباثروم. بجيب كلمة kitchen احطها على صورة الكيتشن. هنا expressing certainty is a must. Yeah, this is the house. I'm sure that this is the bathroom. Okay, expressing certainty. طيب الثانية ايه؟ الثانية expressing certainty, offering suggestion. I think this is the bedroom. I think that this is the dining room. No. So offer suggestion. Describe a process هنا بقى. أقول لك إيه? When I go to school, I do this or I don't do that. When you make tea, you do this or you don't do that. This is the process. Yeah. يعني describe a process يعني إيه؟ ما لازم نفهم يعني إيه describe a process. Describe a process يعني أقول لك مثلا how do you make tea? I make tea by putting water in a kettle and do this and that. This is describing a process. Okay, do we do that in this kind of activity?
No.
That's it. So this one would be the incorrect answer اللي هي رقم B. وبالتالي يبقى الإجابة الصح هي B. عشان أنا بختار الإجابة اللي ما تناسبش اللي ما تكملش الجملة اللي فوق. Okay. Okay.
دكتور عندي سؤال.
ايوه.
طيب ممكن اكون انا بعد كريم.
تمام.
ايوه كريم.
بالنسبه لسؤال 30 هو ليه اكسبريس داوت دي صح؟
خلي بالكم احنا بندي امثله مش يعني اللي احنا بناخده دلوقتي ده مجرد امثله على طريقه الامتحان.
انا فاهم، بس
طيب
يعني برضه
نرجع
مش
تاني
واضحه
كريم،
بالنسبه لي.
رقم كام الاول؟
30 يا دكتور.
In order to categorize some vocabulary into groups, learners usually need to, the incorrect answer is narrate. ليه؟ لما اقول لك in order to categorize some vocabulary into groups، يعني اقول لك ايه these words are can be under abstract nouns, and these words can be under concrete nouns, and these words can be verbs, and these can be so and so. This is categorizing words. Okay? عشان اعمل ده، عشان اجيب لك مجموعه كلمات و categorize them, learners usually need to. هل انا في الحاله دي وانا بعمل categorization will I narrate؟ يعني narrate to tell a story. Will I tell a story in this case؟ يعني وانا if I am grouping words according to their meanings يا كريم, will I tell a story? Will I narrate something? No.
No.
طب can I compare and contrast? Yes. Okay, by telling that this word is the opposite of that word, and that's why it does not come with that category. Express doubt يعني I'm not sure that this word can belong to that group. This is expressing doubt. But narrate is completely irrelevant, and that's why it is the correct answer. في مين اللي عايز يسأل سؤال بعد كريم؟
انا يا دكتور.
اتفضلي.
سؤال 33 هيبقى الإجابة سي ولا 33؟
33 لسه ما عملناهاش. In order to do peer evaluation on homework. Peer evaluation on homework. ده في درس ايه بقى؟ ها؟ Error correction. Okay.
correction آخر شابتر.
And also testing. Peer evaluation on homework. Learners usually need to negotiate, okay, ولا express ideas ولا give clarification. فكر الأول، فكر. طيب ايه الاثنين اللي صح والواحدة اللي غلط؟ express ideas ايوه صح.
C is not correct.
give clarification يعني يفسر. وانا زميلي انا قاعد انا زميلي اهو، زميلي اللي جنبي ده، واحنا بنعمل peer evaluation يعني I am evaluating his work and he is evaluating my work. Okay?
Yeah.
Then I am clarifying my
sorry B it's not correct.
Clarifying myself. So give clarification is completely correct.
Yeah, and A is correct also.
And express ideas, of course.
No, it's not.
Express ideas actually, express.
It's not correct.
Ideas.
Correct?
It is express ideas is correct, yes.
Why?
So because I would say no wait. What I mean is that, okay, you didn't get me right. You didn't get me right. Let me explain myself again. Let me express myself again. في الحالة ديت I'm expressing an idea. لأنه he is evaluating me. So if I disagree with him, I would start to clarify myself, to express an idea, to show, to explain something. Okay? To express an idea and explain something. Explain myself to him. So express an idea would be an appropriate answer. طب negotiate يعني ايه؟ يعني نوصل لحل وسط. Okay? And is that correct? No. I mean it's not negotiation. هنا بنتكلم على التفاوض بقى، التفاوض السياسي، التفاوض مش عارف ايه، لا. Okay? Negotiate something يعني negotiate price مثلا. Negotiating the price. In order to reach a reasonable price for me and you. Negotiate a topic. So in order to reach a compromise, with the homework, when it comes to evaluating the homework, there is no compromises. It's either correct or incorrect. Okay? So أصل كلمة negotiate لو هي discuss مثلا هقول لك ماشي ممكن تبقى صح. أما negotiate to reach a compromise, which is not correct.
Negotiate will be correct in another context.
Yeah, of course it can be correct لو احنا غيرنا
السنتنس.
لو غيرنا السؤال.
question. Yeah. Okay.
احنا
بس لو
بنتكلم على in this
لو حطيت
question
discussion بدل يبقى صح كده؟
sorry
لو حطينا كلمة discussion أو discuss
discuss discuss would be correct. Discuss, and that's why you have to focus very well. You have to really focus on every word. طيب.
دكتور بعد اذن حضرتك ممكن سؤال؟
Yes.
حضرتك سامعني؟ معلش حضرتك كده احنا خدنا اول مجموعتين من الاسئله، المجموعه الثانيه احنا اتكلمنا ان هي ممكن جمله ما تبقى يعني ايه من التشويس ما يتقالهاش.
دقيقة واحدة. أنا هنا مش بجيب لك نفس النوعية اللي هتيجي في الامتحان. أنا بقول لك نمط الأسئلة اللي ممكن تيجي في الامتحان، مش معنى كده إن أنا هجيب لك حاجة شبه كده. أوكي؟ أنا بقول لك يعني I'm just giving you a practice. أنا هقول لكم دلوقتي بعد ما نخلص ده هقول لكم رؤوس الأسئلة اللي تيجي في الامتحان. رؤوس الأسئلة اللي تيجي في الامتحان بالظبط. أوكي؟ So you will understand exactly because I need it's not about the instructions of the questions here. يعني الفكره مش فكره السؤال بيقول ايه، لا لازم تكون فاهم السؤال بيقول ايه، المهم هتجاوب ازاي. اوكي؟ فانا هقول لك هقول لكم اسئله الامتحان، يعني رؤوس الاسئله بتاعت الامتحان. اوكي؟ ده كلير؟ بس ده مش هجيب لك نفس انا بديكي بس ايه مجرد امثله او اشياء يعني نمط. اوكي؟ in order to practice how to answer these types of questions. Yeah. Is that clear?
تمام يا دكتور. طب المجموعه الاولى انا ما فهمتش رأس السؤال، فمعلش لو حضرتك ينفع تعيدها تاني؟
انهي مجموعه اولى؟
اللي احنا تقريبا بدأنا.
خلينا خلي الاهتمام بالموضوع ده لما نيجي لرؤوس الاسئله بتاعت الامتحان بقى نفسه يعني. تمام ماشي. بس وبعدين احنا يعني انت انتظرتي لغايه لما سيبنا عملنا سؤالين وجايه دلوقتي تسالي عشان بس ما نقعدش عشان الوقت بس. خلينا نركز في لو انت ما فهمتيش دلوقتي قولي دلوقتي. اوكي so next for questions 41 to 47 look at the example the following situation and 3 possible teacher actions listed A, B, and C. Choose the most appropriate action for each situation. خلي بالكم هنا بقى will we choose the appropriate action or the inappropriate action?
appropriate.
The appropriate action. appropriate action. هو هنا في تصرف ما وفي بقى المدرس المفروض يعمل ايه؟ The most appropriate action. طب the teacher wants to build good rapport in her new elementary class. عارفين يعني ايه rapport؟ اوكي يعني to have good relationship with the students. Okay. So if the teacher wants to have a good relationship with the students, to have a good rapport in her new elementary class, yalla, read and answer.
B will be the correct answer.
B.
Number
yes.
B.
Yes, exactly. She makes an effort to learn all the learners' names. Yes, correct. Thank you very much. The teacher has a wide range of levels in her class, and she wants to make sure they all make progress. Okay? Read and answer.
C. Number C.
Yes.
Yes, number C is the correct answer. Number 43. The teacher wants to encourage cooperative learning.
A.
Number A.
Yes, A is the correct answer. Yes, right. Thank you very much. The teacher wants to set some rules for classroom behavior with a new class.
A.
بصي ما انت عملتي خطأ هنا دلوقتي، اللي انت قريتي ايه اقتنعتي ان هي صح فسيبتي بي وسي ما قريتهمش. which is not a correct strategy. You have to read all the options. بالرغم من ذلك هي ايه فعلا اللي صح، بس انا بكلمك على طريقه الحل. ما ينفعش ان ايه هي اقنعتك خلاص تاخدها من غير ما اقرا بي ان سي.
هو بصراحه اقنعني كان مكتوب فيها learners and teacher، والكتاب فعلا كان قايل ان ما ينفعش التيتشر هو اللي يحط الاستراتيجيز لوحده او الرولز لوحده، فعشان كده انا اخترتها اول واحده.
طيب يعني ده الناس اللي مذاكره هتلاقي نفسها الامور just like that. Okay, learners and teachers spend time discussing and agreeing on a learning contract. Yes. 45, the teacher wants to make sure that quieter learners have the chance to speak.
C. Yeah, C.
See? He puts learners in pairs where there is one quieter and one noisier person. وساعتها the noisier person will talk and the quieter person will not talk, because it is yeah, like pair work. I'm not there as a teacher. I'm not there. So
but A, it's not logical, and B, A, it's not logical.
Yes, A is incorrect.
Yeah, B, it's not. It's not correct also because he is a quiet person. How he would want to answer.
He wishes to answer the question. Yeah, no, you can do that by asking the quieter student to some simple questions. هو هنا ما قالش اللي انت you will ask difficult questions. Okay, it's not about the level of the question here. It's that the shy students are not. They know the correct answer, but they don't have the guts to stand up and speak. And that's why as a teacher, you can nominate who he wishes to answer the questions, especially when you are sure 100% that the answer is really easy and the student, the shy student or the quieter students know the answer. Okay, هنا خلي بالك ان it's not about being shy هنا, it's about being quiet. يعني ما بيشاركش. يعني ما عندهوش قاعد ساكت وخلاص، بس هو ممكن يكون لو انت سالت هو ما جاوب عادي. Okay, so nominating who he wishes to answer the question would be the correct answer. Okay, the teacher wants to settle the class after a mingling activity. عارفين يعني ايه mingle activity. في classroom interaction patterns, there are a variety of classroom interaction patterns. One of them is pair work. Another one is group work, small group and large groups or big groups. And then individual work. And then there is mingle, whole class mingle. موجودة في الكتاب بس مش عارف انتوا يعني عارفينها ولا لا. whole class mingle يعني كلنا نقوم دلوقتي وكلنا as a class we stand up and we ask each other questions. Okay. For example, do you live in okay, what is your favorite color? Red. What is your favorite color? Green. What is your favorite color? Blue. What is your favorite color? انا as a يعني انا عايز امرن المدرس عايز يمرن الطلبه على الاستراكشر بتاعه what is your favorite color مثلا ومجموعه اسئله ثانيه. فاقوم مديهم ده اقول لك ايه find someone who مثلا يعني find someone who. فانا find someone whose color is green or his favorite color is green, and find someone who lives in Shubra, and find someone whose shoes is black, and so on. انا هقوم بقى كلنا هنقوم كل الطلبه يعني يبداوا يسالوا بعض عشان نعرف في الاخر whose favorite color is green and who lives in Shobra and whose mother is working as a teacher and so on. Okay, ده الكلاس ده الانتراكشن باترن ده اللي احنا قمنا وقعدنا نتكلم مع بعض اسمه mingling activity. كلمه mingle معناها ايه؟ to mix يعني. فمينجلينج اكتيفيتي معناها كده ان احنا نقوم كلنا ونسال بعض واحنا واقفين وبعد كده نرجع تاني للجروب بتاعتنا. طيب the teacher wants to settle the class. طبعا لما نعمل mingling activity بيبقى في دوشه لان الاولاد كلهم واقفين وبيكلموا وبيسالوا، فيبقى هنا في noise. The teacher wants to settle the class after a mingling activity in which the learners discuss their favorite sports. Okay, which one would be correct and which one would be incorrect? Which one would be correct? Huh?
B.
B.
I think B.
Number B is correct.
Yes. Correct answer is B. Thank you very much. The correct answer is B. الناس اللي احنا مش عايزين اتنين بس يتكلموا يا جماعه، يعني we need participation from everybody. انا حقيقي
دكتور
متضايق.
هو ليه مش
انا حقيقي متضايق. انا اقول لكم على حاجه، انا متضايق قوي قوي ان فقط 166 واحد موجودين، مع ان الدفعتين المفروض دي موجودين دلوقتي، والدفعتين عددهم يعني اكتر من 450 واحد. شيء فعلا يضايق، ومحدش يزعل يا جماعه لو ناس تعثرت في الامتحان، لانه في الاخر يعني مفيش ناس مهتمه. يعني العدد المهتم اللي جه دلوقتي دوت اوكي ما يساويش يعني من ناحيه العدد، ما يجيش حتى نص العدد، يعني اقل من نص العدد. في حد رافع ايده؟ معلش انا الاسم بس الكامل مش باين. حاجه علاء الدين رشدي.
Yes, Doctor. Yes, Maha. My name is Maha.
Maha.
I said that the right answer or correct answer will be letter B, and I know that's really correct, but I didn't understand it until you explained it for us. So هو هيكون في أسئلة.
What do you mean by explain mingling
لما
activity؟
حضرتك شرحت لنا يعني ايه settle، نحن نهدي الفصل، ويعني ايه mingling، فهل هيكون في يعني أسئلة من النوع ده في الامتحان، اللي هو أنا ما فهمتش السؤال بس أنا لما فهمته جاوبته وقلت letter B.
Okay, if you can't understand the question, then I mean the student wouldn't deserve to be corrected. Actually, هنا I explained the question here because we are not in the exam. طيب, will you have something that you haven't studied in our lectures, or that you haven't that you don't have in the book? No, you have mingling activity in the book. You have mingling activity, but I was not sure if you already remember that or not. That's why I explained that. But of course, if you're stuck with some concept or some terminology during the exam, you will not find somebody to explain it to you. So you have to make sure that you understand all the terminology and all the concept that you have in the book and in the lectures. And remember that mingling activity, for example, is an important terminology. It's not like a subsidiary terminology or a secondary one.
Okay.
So yes, of course, you can have some questions in the exam that are similar to this one, and you might not be able to understand it, but you will not, most likely you will be able to understand it if you studied the book very well and the lectures very well and you attended the lectures. بس خليني برضو افكركم بحاجه، انه in MCQ questions, in MCQ exams, the weight for the question is really very tiny. اوكي, احنا بنتكلم في 90 سؤال. ال 90 سؤال الوزن النسبي بتاع السؤال هنا محدود جدا، فبالتالي يعني you don't need to worry if you couldn't understand one of these questions, because it's really it's possible that you will not be able to get one actually, or two or three. So leave them and then go back to this question later on. Okay, you might have a clearer mind when you go back to the question again later on. But okay, of course, don't leave any question unanswered. Don't leave any question unanswered. Okay. خلي بالكم برضه يا جماعه، يعني it's not my style that I will give you something. I show some exercise that will come in the exam. Yeah. I'm just showing you the type of question that you will have in the exam. This kind of question can also be seen in the exam. يعني مثلا for questions 48 to 54 match the learner's comments with the teacher trainers comments. فانهي من ده، انهي من الكومنتس ديت يتماشى مع okay, let me okay, wait a minute. So teachers comments with teacher trainers comments. So for example، يعني اقول ايه، هنقرا واحد من هنا وننزل تحت عشان هو مش في نفس الصفحه فغلسه شويه. خلي بالك there is an extra option which you do not need to use. المدرب بيقول ايه للمدرس؟ Try to vary the order and type of activities you use in your class. Try to vary the order and type of activities you use in your class. طيب which يعني learners comments بقى هتكون متصلة بأنهي واحدة من دولت. Let me give you like 2 minutes to read them and then tell me about which one do you choose.
It will be 50.
Sorry?
50.
50.
Yes.
كملي.
I think it will be 52.
I think 52.
Yes 52. زميلتنا اللي قالت 50 عشان كانت سرعت وما بصتش اللي تحتيها. اوكي. Yes 52 is the correct answer. يعني 52 يعني. طيب احنا بس عشان اللي هم في صفحتين مختلفتين فهتبقى صعب التعامل معاهم. اوكي.
دكتور
معلش انا مش فاهمه اصلا السؤال عايز ايه، مش فاهمه.
في مدرس بيقول حاجه، بيقول تعليق معين، بيشتكي من حاجه معينه. اوكي. المدرب بتاعه بقى بيقول له بيديله نصيحه، فانت اعملي ماتشنج ما بين تعليق المدرس يعني الكومنت بتاع المدرس teacher's comment and the teacher trainers comment. اوكي. so teacher trainers advice or comment هتتناسب مع المعنى بتاع ال teacher's comment. So the teacher is complaining that okay, all the class really activities are really good, but they are really very similar. Then the trainer would say, yeah, you can vary the way that you are introducing these activities and try to cater for the students' different learning styles. So you are matching the two statements together, the teacher's comment versus the teacher trainer. يعني انا اكني مثلا teacher trainer وانت teacher، فانت بتشتكي من حاجه فاقول لك اديك نصيحه بقى انت المفروض تعمل كذا كذا. Okay. The next question: match the learner's comments with the teacher's role as a language resource listed. clarifying meaning, correcting، ولا كنت خلينا في حاجات ليها علاقه باللي احنا اوكي خدناه. Okay, this one. choose the best. Okay, so هنا we will choose the one that you have to read. In all cases, you have to read the instructions of the questions carefully. Choose the best option A, B, C to complete each statement about the ways of grouping learners. The ways of grouping learners. Mark the correct letter. يبقى هنختار الحاجة اللي تتناسب مش من اللي تتناسب. The teacher moves from choral drilling to group drilling. Choral drilling, عارفين choral drilling to group drilling to individual drilling. يبقى من choral drilling، يعني ده الكورال كده بيتكلموا مع بعض. اوكي and then group drilling يعني كل جروب لوحدها بيعمل drilling and then individual drilling. Okay, of a structure because. Yes, go ahead and read.
Number B.
Take your
Number
time.
B.
Take your time. Take your time.
A is the correct. A.
B.
A.
A. A. A يا دكتور.
A صح.
Number A.
لما انتوا خدتوا وقتكم. Yes, A is correct answer. A is the correct answer because she wants to build learners' confidence when using the structure. Okay, لانه هتقول لي because she wants everyone to understand the use of the structure. هو هنا اصلا هي هنا شرحت the use of the structure. It is just repetition. يعني go to the school, go to the school, go to the school. هنا ما فيش اي شرح لاستخدام الاستراكشر، وبالتالي بي غلط تماما. C the structure is easy confused with the learners L1. ما فيش اي علاقه ب L1 هنا، يبقى the only possible correct answer is number A. طيب number B. يعني الاخطاء وارده لو احنا مش مركزين. Before learners start a paired feedback activity, the teacher tells them they will give peer feedback afterwards because. Again, before learners start a paired feedback activity, يعني كل واحد بيدي feedback لزميله. The teacher tells them they will give peer feedback afterwards because. ايه السبب اللي هي؟ Okay. She wants learners to listen carefully to each other. She wants to introduce learners independence. Different learners will produce different errors. ايه اللي مستبعد
ايه
خالص؟
اعتقد
اللي مستبعد سي.
لا المستبعد
وبعد كده بي والصح هي A. Yes, right, correct. 63 is A.
يا دكتور ممكن بس تعيد السؤال ده تاني؟
عيد ده 63. اوكي. يعني before learners start a paired feedback activity. A paired feedback activity انه the teacher will put every pair together and then he will ask them to do something like role play for example. Okay. قبل ما يقول لهم يلا ابدأوا start this paired feedback activity، هي هتقول لهم ايه؟ we will start a paired feedback activity because، يعني هتدي سبب للي احنا هنعمل paired feedback. ايه السبب اللي ممكن عشانه هيعملوا paired feedback؟ Because she wants learners to listen carefully to each other، ولا she wants to introduce learners independence، ولا different learners will produce different errors. طبعا رقم ايه؟ طيب 64. After planning a writing task as a whole class. Yes.
دكتور معلش، هي ليه ما تنفعش number or letter C؟ يعني ما هو ممكن يكون هما بيقولوا أخطاء مختلفة بحيث إن هما يتعلموا مثلا من بعض.
Different learners would produce different errors, so we learn from each other's errors. دي آخر واحد ممكن نفكر فيه. Different learners will produce different errors, so we learn from each other's errors. Is that correct?
لا.
We will start doing this activity because we learn from 64. After planning a writing task as a whole class. Writing task as a whole class. The teacher asks the learners to write the first paragraph on their own because ايه السبب اللي ممكن تديه للطلبة عشان يعملوا a writing task as a whole class؟ يلا.
B.
سي.
دكتور هو يعني ايه writing task
Take your
as a whole
time,
class؟
take your time and don't hurry. Take your time, think.
دكتور هو يعني ايه as a whole class؟ يعني ازاي هيعملوا writing task as a whole class؟
A writing task as a whole class. The teacher asked that يعني everybody will be writing about the same thing.
number B يا دكتور.
يعني the whole class will have a test, like a test, a writing test. Okay. Now we will be writing an essay or a paragraph or a postcard or a Facebook post about so and so. Because A, B, C.
A
يا دكتور. ايه يا دكتور.
Because she wants to check their that they use their own ideas.
I think number B يا دكتور.
They will use their own ideas anyhow. She wants to make sure all learners attempt the task. Yes. B.
Okay.
B, yes. B. ما هو العامل المشترك هنا بين 64 وبي ايه؟ ان هم كلهم هيشاركوا. اوكي؟
نمبر A كلهم هيشاركوا برضو.
لا.
ازاي؟ ما هو ازاي بي؟ ما هو كده الرايتنج تاسك as a whole class يبقى كل الكلاس هيكتب.
Wait a minute. Yes, but the reason that she gave to them is that because she wants them to use their own ideas, or she wants everybody to attempt the task. What is the reason behind that?
I'm not convinced with letter B, actually.
Okay, 65. The teacher puts learners into mixed ability groups to do a grammar exercise because the teacher puts learners into mixed ability groups to do a grammar exercise because A or B or C?
B.
She wants the learners to get to know each other, while stronger learners may benefit from explaining the answer. While the grammar structure is new to all learners.
I think number
B.
Yeah, B is correct. B, of course.
B عشان يستفادوا من بعض.
Yes, 66. The teacher puts learners of similar ability into small groups to do a gap fill task. هنا بقى العكس يعني homogeneous grouping. Because she wants weaker learners to work out the answers for themselves, or she wants all the groups to finish all. Which one is the correct answer?
A. رقم A. Number A.
Yes, A is the correct answer. The teacher asks each.
دكتور هي ليه مش B؟
She wants all the groups to finish at the same time. هنا في أي إشارة هنا للوقت يعني. The teacher puts learners of similar ability into small groups to do هل يعني when you group the students who are the same level, is that because you want them to finish at the same time? That would be a very silly reason. It wouldn't be a good reason. يعني. It would be a silly reason.
Okay. دكتور طب
دكتور
يعني زي ما نقول لك ايه، يلا نحط الايه الاولاد اللي هم نفس المستوى مع بعض عشان ما يزعلوش من بعض. That's a silly reason. يعني you have to give reason that is related to the task itself.
اوكي دكتور.
Yes.
هي نمبر 65 هو المفروض ان سترونجر ليرنر مش هم اللي يتعلموا او يستفادوا، المفروض ان انا اركز على الويكر.
بالظبط يا دكتور.
Learners into mixed ability groups to do a grammar exercise because ما هو على حسب اللي موجود بقى المتاح. انت مش هتكتبي هنا رقم دي هنا وتكتبي الاوبشن اللي في دماغك معايا. ممكن لو هنا فيها حاجه على الويكر ستودنتس هتكتبي ويكر، ماشي، ممكن نختار. اما هنا ما كتبليش اي حاجه عن الويكر، او ما انا كاتب انا بايدي بقى ولا ايه؟
طب دكتور 64 عايزة أفهم ليه نمبر سوري ليه letter B or A مش فاكرة بصراحة كانت الإجابة.
She wants to make sure all the learners attempt.
ليه بقى أنا عايزة أفهمها.
ما انت مش عايزه تقتنعي فخلاص يعني مش هنضيع الوقت.
ما أنا عايزة أفهمها يعني لما مثلا لو جالي نفس مستوى الكويستشن في الامتحان مش فكرة أقتنع ولا مش أقتنع، أنا عايزة أفهمها ليه كذا.
طب اسلوبك مش كويس.
أنا أسلوبي مش كويس. I'm sorry. Did I do something wrong? Actually
صوتك في لا نبرة صوتك مش مناسب.
أنا لا خالص والله خالص. ده صوتي الدفعة والله كلها عارفاني. أنا آسفة لو
لا ما أنا مش هنقعد. بصي يا دام أنت مش مقتنعة فخلاص أنا مش هقعد أضيع وقت في.
لا والله مش قصدي ضيع وقت حضرتك خالص.
خلينا عشان ناخد يعني
تمام.
a large number of items.
تمام.
And I explained that point and you said I'm not convinced. So even the way that you said that you couldn't get it, you can easily say I'm sorry but I couldn't get it. مش تقولي أنا مش مقتنعة. أصل أنا هنا مش we are not talking on the personal level to tell me أنا مش مقتنعة.
I'm sorry.
المصطلح نفسه غير مناسب إن هو يتقال لأستاذك.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
أنا مش فاهمة. تقولي أنا مش فاهمة مش أنا مش مقتنعة. وضحت الكلمة ولا لأ؟
Yeah, I'm sorry.
اوكي وعشان كده انا ما طولتش معاكي يعني I just
I'm sorry.
this item.
If I
and then you are
this
now,
strong, I'm sorry.
Now you are repeating the same thing. اسمها انا مش فاهمة مش انا مش مقتنعة. ماشي. the method of correction with the teacher purpose. احنا خدنا ال peer correction and correcting students' errors. So what you will be doing in this, for example, what we are required to do in this question is to match the method of correction with the teacher's purpose. Yani why the teacher is correcting, and then you choose, you say which one is suitable for which one. For example, the teacher underlines. هنبدأ في الحالة ديت هنبدأ من إيه؟ بده طبعا بالرقم يعني بنفسه مش بالاختيارات. أوكي؟ حتى لو الاختيارات هي اللي جت الأول. The teacher underlines but does not correct mistakes on each learner's written dialogue. وإحنا خدنا حاجة شبه كده جدا يعني تاني بدل ما أصحح لا أنا will just underline the incorrect response or the mistakes. يبقى هيكون الغرض بتاع المدرس ايه؟ ها يلا read A or B or C or D or E or F or G.
G. Number G.
G.
Take your time to build learners' ability to edit and proofread their own work. Yes, correct. Number G. This is the correct answer. The teacher claps out for the class a regular rhythm while repeating a line from a dialogue.
Letter E.
Take your time. To remind learners of the pattern of sentence stress. Yes, right. Of course. Number E. Number E is the correct answer. The teacher echo correction. A learner's question. في حد بيقول حاجة؟
دكتور معلش نمبر 69 هو أنا مش فاهمة ليه قال إن هو هيسقف مش فاهمة.
معناها إيه؟ The teacher clap out يعني كده ماشي؟ Claps out for the class a regular rhythm while repeating a line from a dialogue. يعني while I'm repeating a line from a dialogue يعني مثلا ايه she went to the school. She is here now. She is here now. Okay? So why would the teacher do that to remind the learners of the pattern of sentence stress مثلا. اوكي يعني sentence stress عارفين يعني ايه sentence stress لما نقول مثلا ايه I went to the school. I went to the school. Which sentence
yes. I got
which
it.
word here
Okay.
which word here is stressed? The word school.
Oh yeah.
She went to the school. يعني كلمة school قمت خبطتها خبطة جامدة عشان هي ال stressed word.
To make it stressed, yeah. Okay then. Thank you.
فهنا so I'm using clap out for the class. Okay. Number 70. The teacher. Yeah.
معلش هو ما تنفعش تبقى B letter B
69. Do you mean 69? To give the class
yes.
an understanding of the natural order. Natural order of what?
اللي هو ترتيب الكلمات في الجملة.
الترتيب الطبيعي. الترتيب الطبيعي لإيه؟ The class gives to give the class an understanding of the natural order. قولي لي معناها طيب ما فهمتيش حاجة. يعني ملهاش معنى في السياق ده، في السياق بتاع الجملة دي. وبالتالي it's not correct. It's not the correct one.
دكتور معلش رقم 69 برضو حاسه ان الجمله مش فاهماها شويه ممكن حضرتك تقول
claps out for the class a regular rhythm while repeating a line from a dialogue. Okay. بص claps out يعني بيسقف ها. a regular rhythm يعني نمط صوتي معتاد زي مثلا لما نقول ايه اوكي she went to the school ها she is in the bathroom now she is listening to the teacher now. Okay, so this is a regular rhythm. Now clapping out انا بعمل كده ليه عشان اوضح للطالب انه هنا في ستريس في الحته ديت عشان كده خبطت خبطه عاليه مثلا او خبطه وفي مقابل خبطه اقل. Okay, this is a technique for showing the learners the pattern of sentence stress. Okay, is that clear now?
يعني يا دكتور اوريهم الكلمه اللي عليها الاسترس او الكلمه الاكثر اهميه مثلا.
ايوه سنتنس. انتوا ما درستوش حاجه اسمها سنتنس ستريس يا جماعه في الفوناتكس؟
احنا خدنا الاسترس.
لا بس في حاجه اسمها سنتنس ستريس كمان. في
خدناها يا دكتور.
طبعا اكيد في سنتنس ستريس ده ليه علاقه بالانتونيشن بتاع الجمله مش بالستريس بتاع الكلمه، لا بالانتونيشن بتاع الكلمه بالجمله نفسها. خلي بالكم انه الميثودولوجي مبني على اللانجوج بشكل عام يعني فلو فيها فجوات عندنا في اللانجوج هتاثر على الميثودولوجي. The teacher echo corrects a learner's question. echo انت عارفين احنا خدنا يعني ايه echo correction. Okay?
Yes, say the same sentence.
One of the strategies
yes.
for correction. Okay, which one is suitable?
Letter F.
Letter
F.
F to signal in an oral activity that a learner has used the wrong word. Yes, right. Correct. Thank you very much. Number 70 is F. 71. The teacher arranges to give individual feedback with a learner. Again, the teacher arranges to give individual feedback with a learner.
Letter D.
Letter D. To help a learner with a language difficulty that is not common to the whole class. يعني أنا هنا في الحتة دي بقى أنا كمدرس هعمل pair work مع الولد دوت بالذات. ليه؟ لأنه هو عنده مشكلة مش عند بقية الناس، بقية الأولاد. فأنا I will do this pair work with that individual student. Okay? Individual feedback. So that would be individual feedback. D. So number 71 is D, to help the learner with a language difficulty that is not common to the whole class. When that will happen? When the teacher arranges to give individual feedback with the learner. ليه أنا بدي individual feedback لواحد بس بدل ما ادي feedback to the whole class لان الولد ده بالذات عنده مشكله مش موجوده عند الكلاس. فانا I don't need to give whole class feedback. I will give individual feedback to that specific student. Number 72. The teacher exchanges written work before it is given to the teacher for marking. Again, the learners exchange written work before it is given to the teacher for marking. في الحالة ديت هيكون الهدف ايه؟
letter G.
72. ها؟
letter G.
الجي احنا خدناها خلاص.
ايه
هتبقى ايه letter A.
ايه to encourage the use of peer feedback طبعا. Yes.
طب دكتور 71 انا ليه ما اخترتش ايه معاها؟ حضرتك كنت قلت لي ان
to give individual feedback with a learner. يعني
ما هي
individual feedback ده بعيد خالص. المدرس هو اللي هيدي individual feedback. يعني ايه individual feedback؟ يعني انا كمدرس هقعد مع الولد ده واديله
اديله فيدباك.
ايه علاقه ده بقى بالبير فيدباك؟ بير فيدباك يعني student to student. اوكي.
يعني هنا مش هبقى التيتشر بيعلمهم ازاي يدوا فيدباك لبعضهم اللي
هي نمبر ايه؟
يعني لو حطيتها مع 71 ما تنفعش مثلا يبقى التيتشر بيدي اكزامبل ازاي الستودنت يدوا فيدباك لبعض مثلا.
بصي انت لازم يكون فهمك للجمله مبني على اللي مكتوب مش اللي في عقلك. ماشي
تمام.
اللي مكتوب هنا ايه؟ ما حدش يتسرع في فهمه للجمله. اللي مكتوب ملوش علاقه خالص باللي انت بتقوليه. To encourage the use of peer feedback. يعني الغرض من ده ان انا to encourage the use of peer feedback. اوكي طيب to encourage the use of peer feedback ايه علاقته ب انت قلتي
71
the teacher arranges to give المدرس مع الطالب، المدرس مع الولد لوحده. peer feedback يعني student to student not teacher to student.
يعني اصلا التو strategies مختلفين تماما عن بعض.
ما لهمش علاقه.
تمام. شكرا.
عفوا. so احنا وصلنا لكام؟ the learners shout out the answers to a true false exercise and the teacher writes the correct answer on the board. تاني فاهمين الجمله ولا؟ the learners shout out the answers to a true false exercise and the learners write the correct answer on the board. نمبر ايه؟ ما احنا خدنا ايه نمبر ايه؟
احنا اخدنا ايه؟ سي.
Yes, letter C.
كده ناقص لنا واحده بس ما خدناهاش لغايه دلوقتي. اللي هي رقم سي دي اللي ما خدناهاش. To provide quick way of checking an exercise for the whole class. اوكي.
دكتور.
دكتور هي 70 هتكون ايه؟ 70.
ليه؟
70 رقم 70 هيكون ايه؟
70 the class the teacher echo corrects the learner's question. This is to signal an oral activity that a learner has used the wrong word. Echo correction عشان to signal that there is a wrong word that was said here or a mistake that was said here.
دكتور what is the meaning of echo correction?
حد يجاوب زميلتنا يا جماعه. انت كنت موجوده في المحاضرتين الاخيره
ان هو يقلد الخطأ بصوته.
echo correction.
Say the same sentence with the error.
الحاجات دي مبنيه على ان احنا نكون ذاكرنا يا جماعه. echo correction رجع لي محاضرات. echo correction. Can anybody explain echo correction to your colleague? What do you mean by
Doctor, can I say?
Yes, go ahead.
Yes, it says the same sentence with the error.
So, for example, if I'm one of your students in class, and while I'm describing something, and I said, okay, she went to school yesterday.
I'll say she went to school.
She went to school yesterday.
Yes.
Okay, this is echo correction. You're repeating the same sentence with change of intonation on the word that was pronounced or that has the mistake. Okay, so okay.
دكتور هي السامبلز دي موجودة على ال
موجودة على
LMS؟
النت. موجودة على النت. انتوا تكتبوا TKT sample tests. دي sample tests من TKT اللي هي، وانا قلت لكم الكلام ده قبل كده، test of knowledge of teaching knowledge test دي اللي عاملاها كامبريدج assessment international. دي مهارات تدريس، عارفين زي مهارات اللغة كده، لما تكون انت عايز تجيب امتحان تتمرن على للغة يعني مثلا، فتجيب امتحان توفل مثلا، امتحان ايلتس. اما لما تكون عايز تجيب امتحان مهارات تدريس، يبقى هات امتحان اسمه Teaching Knowledge Test TKT. اوكي، ولا طبعا ليه 3 موديول 1 دوت للغه اكتر، موديول 2 learning resources and موديول 3 للتيتشنج strategies. ده للتدريب، يعني انتوا تدربوا عليه، ده that would be really good for everybody. وهتلاقوا طبعا في امتحانات كامله بالانسر شيتس بتاعتها بكل حاجه. اوكي، سو هنا مثلا سؤال زي كده، انا ممكن اجيب لك ده او سؤال شبهه يعني، مثلا for questions 7 to 13 match the stages of a lesson with the main stage aims. يعني هنا في المين ستيج ايمز، الاهداف بتاعت كل مرحله من مراحل التدريس هتعمل لها ماتشنج مع المرحله نفسها. اوكي، فكل مرحله من المراحل ديت ليها هدف معين. اوكي، you will match the aim. This is the aim of the stage. You will match the aim with the correct or the right stage. Okay, is that clear? Do you understand do you now understand what you mean by? Okay, type. So for example, the teacher writes school day in the middle of the board. ده اجراء من اجراءات التدريس، انت بقى تشوف هو يتناسب مع انهي هدف من الاهداف دي. The teacher writes school day in the middle of the board. The learners brainstorm all the things they do during their day at school. Again, the teacher writes school day in the middle of the board. The learners brainstorm all the things they do during their day at school. Which one is suitable? Which one? يعني ايه الهدف هنا من الستيج ديت؟ اوكي، sorry.
Number G.
To set the topic and activate vocabulary. Yes, right. Thank you very much. This is number G. ده الهدف بتاع المرحلة ديت. It makes sense يعني. طب number 8. اقروا كده وقولوا لي what aim is that? The teacher hands out a story about Susan's school day, together with the picture of it The learners read the story quickly and put the pictures in order.
A.
The teacher gives
A.
the correct
A.
order. لا خلي بالكم يا جماعه، ما تسرعوش. انتوا قريتوا بقيه الاوبجكتيفز؟ لا، you have to read all the objectives. The teacher hands out a story about Susan's school day. مش عشان هي ستوري يبقى ناراتيف. يعني احنا كده بنعمل ايه؟ مش عشان هي ستوري يبقى ناراتيف. The teacher hands out a story about Susan's school day. It's not about the material here. It's about the procedure.
E يا دكتور. هتبقى letter E.
Sorry?
letter E.
letter E.
هي ايه يا دكتور؟
letter B يا دكتور.
letter B يا دكتور.
ولا A ولا E.
B صح؟
ولا B.
A.
letter H.
ولا A. لا. تاني. The teacher hands out. ما تفهموا الأول يا جماعة. The teacher hands out a story about Susan's school day, together with pictures of it. يعني هدي لهم قصة اسمها قصة سوزنز. في حد just a minute. Okay, the teacher hands out a story about Susan's school day together with the pictures of it. The learners read the story quickly and put the pictures in order. The teacher gives the correct order. Okay, the teacher gives the correct order. هنا to organize ideas for a narrative. لا. Okay, انتوا قلتوا ايه تاني؟ To give free practice of past tense. فين هنا اللي يقول لنا ان هنا في past tense and sequencing
ممكن
words.
F.
I think it's F يا دكتور.
Give practice in reading for gist. Huh? Yes.
I think it's
this
F.
is the correct answer. Yes, this is the correct. Yeah, F. To give practice in reading for gist. What do you mean by reading for gist or listening for gist? To read in order to get the main idea.
Yeah.
Okay. And then with the pictures and the story, students will be able to practice reading for gist. The teacher hands out a story. لأن هي story في الآخر reading. مش هي reading story. فأنا هدي لهم reading story وفي نفس الوقت هدي لهم pictures. The learners read the story quickly and put the pictures in order. يعني هي pictures are not in the correct order. The pictures are not in the correct order. They will read the story in order to put the pictures in the correct order. يبقى هنا احنا we are reading for gist هنا. Okay. Next.
Excuse me, doctor.
Sorry.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Sorry, could you repeat the meaning of reading for gist again, please?
Doctor.
What is reading for gist? Can anybody explain what reading for gist is?
Reading in order to get the main idea of the text or the story.
Yeah. Yes, thank you very much. Reading in order to understand the main idea.
دكتور هو أنا قلت reading to give practice in reading for gist. هو أنا اخترتها على أساس إن أنا قلت للstudents read the story quickly. يعني they not scanning the text, so I just pick the letter F.
They don't have to understand every word in the story, but they have to understand the general meaning and then they match it with the pictures. If I give you like a story and then pictures that should be matching the stages of the story, and then but the pictures are not in the correct order, then it would be really very easy to read very quick. حتى لو كتبت quick ما اتكتبتش هنا. To read very quick in order to put the pictures in the correct order. بس هو فعلا the word quickly is an indication that it is reading for gist. Another indication. طيب, the learners reread the text and look up any unknown vocabulary in their dictionaries. The teacher checks any problematic words. The teacher
Letter B.
reads the text.
تبقى letter B يا
letter
دكتور.
B.
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 Take your time. Take your time. Letter B, to ensure the learners have complete understanding of the text. طبعا. Okay. Yes, letter B is the correct one because he will have to look up all unknown words. The learner gives the teacher gives the learners the same story but with gaps instead of verbs. Okay, يعني بدل ما يحط الverbs يشيل كل الverbs ويحط فيها gaps فجوات. يعني يسيبها فاضي. The learners fill in the gaps from memory. They check their answers. Okay.
Number H. Number E.
Sorry? E? To give free practice. وين ده free practice ولا controlled practice?
G.
This is controlled practice.
G or H.
G.
H.
To set. احنا خلاص دي خدناها خلاص.
Number H دكتور.
خلي بالكم ان احنا ايه شلنا كل الverbs.
ممكن تبقى دي
يا دكتور. دي يا
yes.
دكتور.
دي is the correct answer. احنا كنا شلنا كل الverbs. اوكي يبقى بما ان شلنا كل الverbs so the teacher gives the learners the story but with gaps instead of the verbs. The learners fill in the gaps then check the answers.
يا دكتور هو ده مش free practice ده controlled صح؟
ده controlled صح فعشان كده هي الرقم اي ده ما تنفعش خالص عشان هنا في free practice. اوكي مع انها برضو موضوع الباست tense بس هي عشان free practice is not free practice is controlled practice and that's why the most appropriate one would be number D. Okay. Next number 11.
معلش يا دكتور مش معلش يا دكتور.
Yes.
ممكن حضرتك نمبر 10 تاني بعد اذن حضرتك.
The teacher gives the learners the same story but with gaps. يعني بيديهم نفس القصه اللي هم عملوها من شويه ديت اللي هي عملوها reading for gist ويشيل الافعال منها. Okay. And then he will ask them to write the verbs from memory. Okay. خلي بالكم نرجع كده للقصه. قصه عن ايه؟ The teacher writes school day in the middle of the learners brainstorm all the things and answer story about Susan's school day. يعني ايه اللي بتعمله سوزان في يومها الدراسي؟ فهي هنا بتتكلم في الماضي. اوكي يعني I did this, I did that, I did that, I did this. Okay. So انا شلت الافعال وبعدين من from memory I would put the verbs again. خلينا ايه اللي ممكن هنا يبقى صح؟ To check past tense forms ممكن. To give free practice not free practice يبقى شيلها على طول. To give practice in reading for gist. No, it's not reading for gist. It's not reading for gist actually. It's just remembering. وخدناها كمان. To set the topic لا. To give the opportunity for the لا. To organize ideas. So the only answer is number D. The only possible answer is either D or E. وE ما تنفعش عشان هي free practice. So the correct answer is D. Okay? Clear now?
Doctor, why it is control practice, not free?
So this would make us explain what is controlled practice. Controlled practice and free practice. Okay, can anybody explain the difference between controlled practice and free practice? The difference between controlled practice and you studied that last year. What is the difference between controlled practice and free practice?
The free practice is when we ask students to give opinion or suggestion or what do you think that he will speak, but the control practice you controlled by sequence of
like for example, the multiple choice questions is controlled practice because you are only giving like one response. Like she went to the school. Okay, she to the school went. Okay, just one word, so it's controlled. Free practice, like when I tell you, would you tell me something about what you did last year? Okay, what do you think about your school? What do you think about the class? What do you think about methodology? What do you think? So it's free practice. You say whatever you want. Okay, if I'm asking you to write a story about or to write about your day, what you did last week, or what you want, what would you like to be in the future? Okay, how do you see yourself after 10 years from now? Okay, that's open discussion, open question. It's not closed question. But when I tell you what is your name, how old are you, okay, where have you been, this is controlled. Okay, so next let's look at the complete. احنا وصلنا فين؟
هنبدأ في 11 يا دكتور.
11. The learners look at the complete text again and underline phrases such as then, after that, a bit later. Again, the learners look at the complete text again. بص بقى للنص اللي هو القصة كلها. And underline phrases such as then, after that, a bit. ايه ممكن يكون الغرض بتاع الهدف بتاع ده؟
Right. H يا دكتور.
Give an opportunity to the learners to notice sequencing words. Yes, exactly. Correct.
طب وليه مش C؟ وليه مش C؟
To give proofreading practice. يعني ايه proofreading? What do you mean by proofreading?
يعني تدقيق لغوي.
Proofreading, so there is a mistake and then I am correcting your mistakes. For example, I give you a text in which there are some mistakes. But are there any mistakes here? This is the story doesn't have any mistake. The story doesn't have any mistakes. So there is no point of doing proofreading. The learner have 5 minutes to make notes for their own story about a memorable day at school. Again, the learners have 5 minutes to make notes for their own story about a memorable day at school.
free practice ده الفري براكتس.
انتم جايبينها منين؟ Again, ليه؟
يا دكتور.
to give free practice عشان هي مجرد ان هي قلت بصوا هو مجرد ان هي فيها فري براكتس. ما ممكن فري براكتس بس مش لا تتناسب مع الجمله. افهموا يعني to give free practice of past tense. past tense. هو هنا في past tense and sequencing words.
I think it will be letter G.
هنا في اي حاجه دقيقه واحده بس. هنا في اي حاجه عن ال past tense and sequencing words.
هي memory. مفيش.
So 12 again. Which one is correct? G to set the topic and activate. احنا خدناها G خلاص. هو انتوا بتقول كده خلاص؟
ايه يا دكتور هتبقى ايه؟
B. ايه يا دكتور؟
ايه
Organize ideas for a narrative. Organize ideas for a narrative. هنا learners to have 5 minutes to make notes for their own story. Own story يبقى هنا في narrative about a memorable day. يعني بيفكروا ياخدوا شويه دقيقتين كده عشان ينظم تفكيره على their own story or their own narrative. The only suitable answer here is number A, which is to organize ideas for a narrative. Narrative يعني قصة. طيب do we have a story here? Yes, we have a story here, their own story about a memorable day. So 12 is A. 13, in groups. The learners tell their own stories to each other and then decide on the most memorable day. E, to give free practice of past tense and sequencing words.
دكتور انا عايز اسالك سؤال. ما هو هنا لما هو في رقم كام؟ رقم 11 تقريبا. لما هو رقم 12 لما هو هيقول ستوري مثلا عن الميمورابل داي. طب ما هو هيستخدم السيكونس وورد. ما هو عمره ما هيقول ستوري غير لما يستخدم السيكونس وورد.
طيب بس to make notes هنا to make notes خلتنا ناخد يعني هو ممكن هتلخبطي هنا ما بين A و E.
ايوه
بس عشان to make notes فكلمة organize ideas هي اللي خلتنا ناخدها عشان make notes هناك. organize ideas متصلة ب make notes. عشان كده this is the one that is suitable here. Okay, because it is يعني أنا معاكي إن هي ممكن هتلخبط ما بين A و E. Okay. بس اللي خلينا ناخد A مش E في الجملة دي عشان هناك to make notes وعشان هنا to organize ideas. To make notes أنا بما إني to make note يعني معنى كده إن أنا باخد وقتي عشان to organize ideas. أوكي. أما لو اخترتها هنا اللي هي to give free practice هنا ما فيهاش to make notes. يعني free practice ما فيهاش to make notes. Free practice means free practice without making notes. Okay.
دكتور
معلش
هو البروف ريدنج ده عبارة عن ايه؟
ايه؟
اللي هو البروف ريدنج.
What do you mean by proofreading? Can we explain proofreading? Can anybody explain what do you mean by proofreading again?
Yes, Doctor. To explain, to read the text again for to discover if there are any errors.
Yes, mistakes and errors. Proofread, يعني proofread. So to check if there are any mistakes. To check if there are any and fix these mistakes. Check if there are any mistakes and check and fix these mistakes.
دكتور معلش يعني ايه sequencing words؟
الكلمات اللي يعني مثلا afterwards before كلمات اللي بتشير الى تتابع في الحدث. More therefore beforehand. Okay, so these are the words that we call sequencing words. The words that refer to the sequence. After, before are sequencing words. Okay, okay.
Excuse me, doctor.
Yes.
Number 11. Her answer would be the last one, H.
Number 11, H.
11.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Okay. احنا خدنا موضوع الاسسمنت and assessment and evaluation, assessment, evaluation and testing. يقول لك match the ways of assessing with the main focuses of assessment listed A to H. يعني the ways of assessment والغرض بتاعها. ways of assessment والغرض بتاعها. زي اللي فات كده بس بشكل مختلف عن موضوع مختلف. So ways of assessment, for example, this ways of assessment ask students to find 5 new collocations in a leaflet about London. أنا مدي للأولاد leaf London يعني بروشور كده عن لندن وبقول له find 5 new collocation. 5 new collocation. Would this be for which purpose? For which aim here? Okay. يلا. Main focus of assessment.
I think B.
Take your time.
I think B.
Take your time. B, ability to read intensively. Intensive reading. فاكرين intensive reading and extensive reading. Intensive reading and extensive reading. Is that intensive reading or extensive reading?
Intensive.
Yeah, right. Can anybody explain the difference between intensive reading and extensive reading?
Yeah, intensive reading is like scanning, but extensive reading is like skimming.
More elaborate. Would you please elaborate?
Intensive reading is to give attention to each every detail, but extensive is just to have a quick reading, like reading for entertainment, like reading novels and dramas and so on.
Exactly. So if you're reading a text and in order to find collocations, 5 new collocations, احنا عارفين يعني ايه collocation, but so we have to read every word in this case. And that's why it would be ability to read intensively. إلى جانب إن هي مفيش حاجة تانية مناسبة ليها. So number 2, ask students to fill gaps in a leaflet about London with the correct adjective taken from pairs of formal and informal adjectives. انتوا عارفين يعني ايه
I think E.
Yes, and of course you know the meaning of the word register. Register is formal and versus informal. Okay. Text. Which word is formal and which word is mean by register? The register of the text means that the formality, the degree of formality of the text. لو احنا عارفين الموضوع ده we will easily choose E. Number 30. Ask students how they think the people who wrote different emails feel about London. Again, ask students how they think the people who wrote different emails feel about London.
I think G.
G, ability to infer attitude from a text. Yes, right. Number G. This is correct. Give students a list of features.
معلش يا دكتور again تاني الحتة دي تاني معلش.
Ask students to know how they think the people who wrote different emails feel about London. Feel about London. Okay. So feel about London, ability to infer attitude from the
G يا دكتور.
Number G.
تمام.
31. Give students a list of features such as pictures, headings, maps, and ask them to note down which features they would find about London. Sorry. Again, give students a list of features such as
Number
pictures, maps, and ask
C, I
them
think.
to note down which features they would find in a leaflet about London. Take your time. Take your time.
Number C.
Yes, knowledge of layout of يعني ايه what do you mean by a layout? Layout الشكل العام بتاع So give the students a list of features such as pictures, headings, and maps, and ask them to note down which features they would find in a leaflet about London. هي عادة leaflet about London يعني بروشور عن لندن هيبقى فيها ايه انهي من الحاجات دي maps, headings, okay. Type give students an email about London and ask them to write the corrections for any spelling mistakes. This is easy. This is very easy. Huh?
Proofreading.
Yes.
Number
proofreading. Number A. The use of proofreading skills. A طبعا.
Again يا دكتور بعد إذنك.
Do you understand what I mean by proofreading? Proofreading skills?
No.
No? ما احنا مش مركزين اعمل لكم ايه طيب؟ لسه شارحينها مرتين. Okay, can anybody explain again what do you mean
Yes,
by
doctor.
Yes, please.
Reading the text again for to find any errors or mistakes. Text any.
Reading. Okay, fixing the mistakes in a text is called proofreading. Okay, and here. Give students an email and then to corrections of any spelling mistakes. Proofreading. 33. For students who like different kinds of films in pairs, ask them to discuss and compare their tastes in films. Again, which one?
دكتور هي 32 كانت ايه؟
32 is A. Use of proofreading skills.
يا دكتور number
I think it's F.
F.
33 is
turn talking
F.
skills.
Yeah.
yes, turn taking skills. Use of turn taking skills.
What's the meaning of turn take?
Skills. Okay, like when I say, for example, and واخدين scaffolding. One of the techniques of scaffolding is turn taking. ممكن زميلتنا اللي بتسأل يعني ايه turn taking. Do you understand what they mean by scaffolding?
No.
طيب انت قريتي اي حاجه في الكورس بتاعنا؟
ايوه اكيد بس يعني ما جبتش
مش باين. حضرتي المحاضرات؟
ايوه يا دكتور بس انا
طيب طب can anybody explain what do you mean by scaffolding and what do you mean by turn taking?
Yes, doctor.
Yes, please. Yeah, go ahead. What do you mean by scaffolding?
Yeah, scaffolding when you are when you talk to a person in front of you or take turns in talking, so encourage him to talk or gap fillers like you said, yes, to continue reading.
We have many techniques for order to go on, in order to keep conversation going. Okay?
Yeah.
As a teacher, you have to do a lot of scaffolding, okay, in order to keep conversation going, in order to encourage your students to speak. One of them is turn taking. So, so did you do that? Yeah, so the other guy would say, yes, I did that last time. Okay, what about, so turn taking, so each one will take turns. Okay. يعني اعتقد الموضوع سهل جدا يا جماعه، الفوكابلري حتى سهل يعني. اوكي سو احنا خدنا في رقم كام؟
احنا في 34.
34. Ask students to write down 5 ways of inviting someone on a trip to London. 5 ways on inviting someone on a trip to London. احنا هو مفيش الا واحده بس اللي ما خدناهاش لغايه دلوقتي which is knowledge of
يا دكتور.
H knowledge of functional language. مش inviting somebody، يعني قول لي 5 طرق to invite somebody to London. يبقى انا هنا I'm focusing on functional language. Okay, what structures can you use in order to invite somebody somewhere? Okay, asking somebody to write 5 ways of inviting someone on a trip to London. يبقى المدرس دوت بيركز هنا على functions or functional language. Okay.
طب ليه دي يا دكتور؟
ليه
مش دي ability to write؟
دي ability to write fluently. اصل هو انا مش writing fluently. يعني ايه writing fluently؟ يعني express. لو قلت لك مثلا speed write would be writing fluently. Write anything that comes to your mind. Okay, this is writing fluently. Type, right? Tell me about what you did yesterday. Don't focus on mistakes. Don't focus on grammar. Don't focus on spelling errors. Just write whatever comes to your mind. This is writing fluently. بس لما اقول لك اكتبي لي 5 طرق how to invite somebody to London، يبقى هنا الموضوع controlled، مش free practice او مش fluent writing. It's just thinking about different structures that we can use in order to invite somebody to London. Did you get that? Did you get that? Did you get that? طيب okay. No response. Okay. طيب عامة يا جماعة بص in the final test you will have 90 questions. 90 questions will be in 12 pages. احنا قلنا 12 pages عشان يبقى الكتابة هي أصلا كانت 7 صفحات، احنا عملناها 12 pages عشان يبقى الكتابة واضحة بالنسبة لكم. They are 14 questions. You have to focus very well. احنا خدنا هنا نماذج دلوقتي عشان نشوف الموضوع محتاج تركيز. هو الموضوع محتاج تركيز بس في نفس الوقت سهل جدا. اوكي. If you're stuck with some question, just move to the next one and then go back to this question later on. You only have 2 hours to answer the test. Okay. So try to invest time as much as possible. لو احنا قسمنا 90 سؤال على ساعتين بمعنى كده اللي احنا ممكن نحل لو خدنا دقيقة في كل سؤال. دقيقة is enough actually. And then you will have 30 minutes more, 30 minutes for revision, 30 minutes in order to check and for emergency cases. All what you have to do is to focus and read the head of the question very well. اقرأ رأس السؤال كويس جدا. اقرأ رأس السؤال كويس جدا. And then answer and take your time to think. Also ما تتسرعش، مش مجرد ان احنا شفنا دي مناسبة لأول جملة فهنقوم كاتبينها. لازم I have to read the rest of the choices. Okay. طيب we're done by now. Okay. للأسف برضو مرة تانية إن إحنا العدد بتاعنا محبط جدا. Okay. Only 166 out of 450, which is really very disappointing. Okay, but okay. That's their problem, not your problem. That's their problem. ايوه اسراء اتفضلي.
ايوه يا دكتور، بعد اذن حضرتك، هو النموذج اللي احنا شفناه دلوقتي السامبل هيبقى فيه برضو ماتشنج بنفس الكاتيجوري دي ولا هتتغير ولا مفيش اصلا ماتشنج؟
لا في ماتشنج بس بما ان انا عندي اختيارات A B C D بس في الامتحان في ورقه الاختيارات،
فمش هيبقى في بوكس زي اللي احنا شفناه دلوقتي.
لا هيبقى لا مش شرط يبقى بوكس، ممكن يبقى فوق بعضه يعني A B C D وبعد كده ارقام الاسئله او العكس.
تمام.
بس في الاخر مش هيبقى اكتر من A B C D 4 بس، وده بيسهل الامور. وعشان كده عدد الاسئله كتير، يعني عدد الاسئله كتير لانه انا ما عنديش الا A B C D. اوكي. لو كان زي الامتحان ده A B C D E F G H I اوكي كان عدد الاسئله هيبقى اقل يعني. اوكي. عدد الاسئله مش عدد الايتمز. طيب any questions, any other questions؟
دكتور
اغلب الاسئله هتلاقي A B C بس A B C، بس في اسئله ثانيه A B C D. اوكي. قولي يا فرح اتفضلي.
يا دكتور يعني حضرتك ال 90 سؤال هيبقوا متقسمين على 14 سؤال، ال 14 سؤال دول سياقات مختلفة بقى وصيغ مختلفة.
يس. خلينا نقولها ايه 90 ايتم متقسمة على 14 سؤال. ايتم اللي هو البند الصغير يعني السؤال الصغير. اوكي. في 12 صفحة. طيب اي اسئلة تانية؟ عامة
بقول لحضرتك يا دكتور
I hope that you read well, study well. اتفضل.
في اخر شابتر اللي هو بتاع الكوركشن في حاجات كده في نص الكتاب كده، يعني حضرتك ما قلتهاش، هل دي برضو نذاكرها ولا ايه؟
احنا قلنا ده في بداية اللقاء النهارده. كان حد
معلش اصل النور كان قاطع.
لا ولا يهمك. بصي you will read like there is part about dictionary, part about questionnaire rods.
أيوة.
These parts are important. They are really good for reading. So read them well. But okay, focus on the topics that we studied, that we covered during the lectures, which are the only 3 topics out of in this chapter. Okay.
Just
error correction, testing, and timeline.
تمام.
So any other questions?
دكتور، هو في فرق ما بين الستيم MCQ والشروط اللي هي اللي يجب أن تتوفر في الاختبارات؟ يعني مثلا عندنا حاجة مثلا زي الاختبارات أو الاختبار الجيد لازم مثلا يكون عادي إن احنا نستخدم complete فيه، إنما الستيم ما ينفعش نستخدم complete فيه ويبقى مالتي تشويس بس، ولا إيه؟
مش فاهم سؤالك، معلش اشرحيها تاني. what do you mean؟
مش حضرتك في الستيم MCQ حضرتك قلت ان احنا مثلا لو استخدمنا complete في الستيم MCQ لازم مثلا ان complete لازم يكون في الديفينيشن نفسه،
لا
او لازم
لا بصي، the stem should be in the form of a direct question, but in case you will have the stem in the form of an incomplete answer, the space has to come at the end. Again, the stem has to be in the form of a direct question. But in case you will write it in the form of an incomplete sentence, the space has to come towards the end of the sentence, not in the middle, not at the beginning. اشرحها لك انه احنا عندنا الستم المفروض الافضل شيء انه يكون في شكل سؤال مباشر. اوكي، مثلا what is the meaning of hypothesis? question mark. اوكي، طيب the meaning of hypothesis is A B C D. طيب لو انا قلت ايه hypothesis space is means that، ده غلط. يبقى السبيس يبقى تيجي في نهايه الايه الجمله. ده اللي احنا قلناه، اللي انت
not mid and not initial.
ده اللي احنا نقصده باللي انت بتقوليه دلوقتي، بس يمكن ما كانش واضح بالنسبه لك. اوكي. So any other questions? Okay, so
دكتور
بتقولي ايه منار؟ قولي، اتفضلي منار.
حضرتك سامعني يا دكتور؟
اتفضلي اتفضلي. يلا قولي يا منار، اتفضلي. انا مش
دكتور
سامعك.
بعد إذن حضرتك، هو امتحان الفاينل من كام درجة؟
امتحان الفاينل من كام درجة؟ من 80 درجة، وأعمال السنة من 20.
شكرا لحضرتك.
عفوا. مين تاني؟ حسنى، اتفضلي.
ايوه يا دكتور، حضرتك سامعني؟
ايوه اتفضلي.
حضرتك معلش، واحنا في بداية المحاضرة كان المجموعة الأولى اللي احنا اتكلمنا فيها أنا ما فهمتش رأس السؤال قوي، لو ينفع حضرتك تقوله تاني؟
دقيقة. Okay, so this one, look at the incomplete. ده this one. hello.
تقريبا يا دكتور
تقول ايه؟ this one
اللي قبليه ده تقريبا كان المجموعة أنا عايزة المجموعة الأولى اللي قبل ده على طول.
احنا يعني عدينا على ده وقلنا ان هو يعني موضوع ممكن يكون غريب عليكم، لانه احنا ما يعني مش من الحاجات اللي احنا ركزنا عليها. for this one, match the examples of learners language with the functions listed. يعني الفانكشنز مع learners language. make the correct letter A, B. Okay, so these are language functions. Match them with the learner's language. يعني مثلا warning, correcting, stating, predicting. فلما نلاقي بس احنا ما شرحناش ده، ما حلناهوش مع بعض يعني. I've got Friday written down here. Okay, that's fine. Which يعني الكلام اللي هنا ده هيتصنف على ان هو warning ولا giving permission ولا stating intention ولا ايه بالظبط؟ اوكي. This is ما شرحناهوش، احنا قلنا بس مرينا عليه كده سريعا يعني. So just forget about it because it was not part of the course somehow. اوكي طيب.
بعد اذن حضرتك يا دكتور ممكن تقول لنا على رؤوس الاسئله؟
لا يعني I think you're fine now. You're fine now. You don't need this because this will be confusing for everybody. And actually, the number of the students who are here is not encouraging enough for any more anymore. Okay, محمود اتفضل يا محمود. اوكي طيب نزل. اسراء اتفضلي يا اسراء.
معلش يا دكتور، في اول سامبل سؤال 65 و64 يعني لو حضرتك تقدر يعني ترجع السامبل تاني.
اوكي. خمسة وستين وأربعة وستين. After planning a writing task as a whole class, the teacher asked the learners to write the first paragraph on their own because. So why should the teacher ask the students to write the first paragraph on their own? Why? Okay. So she wants to check that they use their own ideas, or she wants to check to make sure that the learners attempted that all learners attempted the task. احنا قلنا اللي بي هي is she wants the strongest learners to write their answer. But let's read the head of the question here. So to complete the statements, so which one completes the statements? Okay. فين سؤالك؟
سؤال 65 و64.
انت بتسألي عن ايه يعني اصلا؟
السؤال 64 انا مش عارفة، هي متلخبطة ما بين A و B. هل الاتنين ينفعوا؟
مفيش حاجة اسمها الاثنين ينفعوا. لا, there has to be one correct answer. After planning a writing task as a whole class, the teacher asked the learners to write the first paragraph on their own because she wants to check that they use their own ideas. فين هنا في رأس السؤال هنا بيشير إلى إن هم to check their own ideas ولا لا. فكرة إن هم أصل الفوكس هنا why should she ask the whole class, okay, to do it because she wants everybody to attempt the task. Okay, not like in a group. يعني مثلا هي ليه اختارت whole class versus group work or versus pair work؟ لأن في pair work ممكن just one person in each pair will do it. But if a group work, maybe one or two in the group will be doing it. But if it's the whole class, so each person will be doing this, then I just want to make sure that everybody attempts the task. هنا التركيز في السؤال ده على الانتراكشن باترن. مش فكرة she wants to check that they use. هي أصلا هنا it's not that she will check, it's that they will make sure that they will attempt the task. فلو قلنا she wants to check that they use their own ideas, طب how would she check that they use their own ideas? will she enter the head of everybody? Will she be there with everybody? Okay. He might be doing this task individually, but maybe use ideas from the tablet or from the mobile or from the book or ideas that he has learned before. Okay, so it has nothing to do with ideas on their own. It has to do with that everybody attempts the task. So the focus here is on the whole, on the interaction pattern, which is everybody doing it, and that's why we have to choose number B, which is everybody doing it.
يعني انا اخترت بي على اساس ان انا طالما عملت التاسك ده للهول كلاس يبقى اكيد في طلبه هيعملوا في طلبه مش هيعملوا، فانا قلت لهم ان هم يكتبوا اول باراجراف عشان اتاكد ان فعلا الكلاس كله هيعمل.
The teacher asked the learners to write the first. ما هو the learners مقصود بها ايه؟ The whole class، يعني everybody. بصي، after planning a writing task as a whole class, the teacher asks the learners, everybody, to write the first paragraph on their own, يعني بنفسهم. So will they write that as a whole in group or individually?
No, on the each student.
Individually.
Yeah.
صح. Each student. طب فين هنا الاختيار اللي بيقول لك each student؟ number B. all attempt the task. بس on their own هنا ركز على البروسيس اللي هي ممكن ما تكونش متوفره هنا. يعني ممكن كل الناس يعملوها فعلا، يعني everybody will do the task but they might not choose their own or use their own ideas, and still they are doing the attempt or doing the task on everybody is doing the task. Clear?
Thank you.
Okay, the next one, the learners put the teacher puts learners into mixed ability groups to do a grammar exercise because. ليه هنا هنحط mixed ability؟ احنا عارفين ال mixed ability يعني بنحط عشان اغراض معينه، يعني maybe the stronger will help the weaker, or there are many purposes. She wants the learners to get to know each other. Okay, is that the reason? Okay, لا. ليه؟ لانه مش شرط هنا في الحاله ديت نعمل mixed ability. Stronger learners may benefit from explaining to the learners. صح، ممكن، صح. طيب weaker students may benefit from stronger students. صح، بس مش موجود عندنا دي. يعني كان لو كان موجود weaker students benefit from stronger students كنا اخترناها برضو، بس دي صح برضو، يعني رقم B صح، واللي انا بقولها صح اللي هي weaker students might benefit from stronger students.
يعني بي هي اصلا اجابه غير مباشره لان الويكر برضه هيستفيد من السترونجر ستودنت.
فلو هنا مدينا اختيار دي مثلا اللي هي weaker students will learn from stronger students كان هيبقى B ودي صح. ولكن B is correct because D is the one that is correct here because nothing else is correct. The grammar structure is new to all learners. No, this is not that.
Okay, thank you.
Is that clear?
Yeah, it's more clear.
بس ايه عشان برضه تاني يا جماعه ما حدش يفكر في الاجابه الصح وفقا لتوقعاته، لا وفقا للي مكتوب. محدش يفكر في السؤال وفقا لتوقعاته، لا وفقا للي مكتوب. كتير مننا بيعمل اخطاء نتيجه لكده. كتير من الناس كتبوا اسئله كتبوا في الميد تيرم غلط لانهم جاوبوا وفقا لتوقعاتهم مش وفقا للمكتوب. فهموا وفقا لتوقعاتهم مش وفقا للمكتوب. اوكي
دكتور معلش ممكن سؤال 23؟
سوري
دكتور معلش بس في السؤال ده دكتور، السؤال ده بس قبل ما نروح 23 هو ليه ما ينفعش اقول ان انا عملتهم في ميكسد جروب عشان الجرامر ستراكشر جديد عليهم فعشان يعرفوا يتكلموا بيه مع بعض؟
ده بس ملهاش علاقه بده، دي ملهاش علاقه بدي. ايه علاقه الميكسد ابيليتي بان هم جرامر ستراكشر از نيو تو اول اوف ذم؟
عشان احط مع الويك فعشان كده عملتهم ميكسد عشان النيو ستراكشر جديد.
الجرامر الكلام ده مكتوب هنا، يعني مكتوب to put the weak with the strong عشان يساعدوا بعض، مكتوب هنا ولا عشان لمجرد ان هو new structure؟ ده because it is new structure for everybody يبقى كلهم سواء.
صح
يعني it's because they are it is a new structure for everybody. So mixed ability here would mean nothing because everybody is the same here. They all know nothing about this structure.
Yes. Okay. Thank you دكتور.
You're welcome.
دكتور احنا ما نحلش اي حاجه غير اللي حضرتك حلتها معانا يعني عشان ممكن يكون في حاجات ما خدناهاش ولا ايه؟
بمعنى
لما نيجي نحل من السامبل اللي حضرتك اديته لنا ده.
لا مش انا ما اديتكمش حاجه. انا بقول لكم ارجعوا لجوجل واكتبوا TKT sample tests هتلاقوا tons, many hundreds of questions, items of tests. practice. اوكي يعني شوفوا ايه الشبه اللي احنا الموضوعات اللي احنا خدناها وبراكتس. اوكي بس this doesn't mean احنا هنا we are practicing the type of questions. It's not that you will find this in the exam. You will not find this in the exam actually. Okay, it is just for practicing. Okay, انا ما اديتكمش حاجه معينه هنا، انا بمجرد بنشوف نماذج شبيهه او امثله للاسئله، نوعيه الاسئله. ولكن المحتوى طبعا it has to be related to the content that we have studied. واحنا زي ما شفنا ان في حاجات كتيره من اللي احنا خدناها ديت او حليناها مع بعض is part of the what you have studied together.
دكتور ممكن حضرتك تشرح سؤال 73 تاني؟
في المجموعة الأولانية ولا التاني؟
الفايل اللي حضرتك كنت فيه دلوقتي.
73
Yes.
Teacher purpose and method of correction. The learners shout out the answers to a true-false exercise, and the teacher writes the correct answer on the